Hey guys, it's your boy 14 Fluffies here today with a quick little duel between me and Pops. We decided to play some casual games. Today in this duel I brought my Ice Barrier Atlanteans. I believe he is playing Battlin boxers. So yeah, this game is pretty ass just because I didn't open with anything to get me to my combos, whether it be Strategist or even Diva or Neptibus. It's just meh. So I just set infantry and passed. So he started off with Shadow, attacked infantry and passed, and then I drew into my Moray of Greed. There I revealed my Geomancer and my Prior, I believe, yeah, and no, it was Prior and the Marksman, and then I shuffled them back to the deck. The reason why I kept the Geomancer in hand was just because I could trigger my Atlanteans with it at the very least. So yeah, and then I drew the Neptibus, I normal summoned the Neptibus, I dumped the Dragoons into the graveyard to add this Megalo, and and then after Neptibus' effect I added back the Marksman, and then I added Megalo off Dragoons. I then activated Megalo after checking graveyard. So yeah, I put Megalo to reveal, and then I pitched the heavy infantry and the Dragoons, then to special summon it. And of course, all the effects will then trigger. He changed Maxi, not that big of a deal really. And I believe obviously I get the Mizuchi, and then I also get Mulan Glacia off that. I do not remember if I made Glacia live that turn, but I know I went for Megalo's effect to tribute off Neptibus to get a second attack off. The only thing that you could potentially draw off that Maxi would be a Battlin Boxer Veil, if I believe that's what it's called, but even then, that it would save him, but it would still not really get him anywhere though. So yeah, I go for my I go to get the Dragoons on Neptibus. So yeah, and then he scoops because I have the OTK on board. And Swift OTK, base Neptibus. So yeah, if it is against Battlin Boxer, it's just I don't want to deal with the lead yoke. I don't even think Pops was siding, so that is kind of But yeah, it's just I don't want to deal with the lead yoke. It'd be really, really difficult to get over, just because it could survive through destruction heavy infantry and stuff. But yeah, he goes first. He opens up, of course, with the lead yoke, which is something I didn't really want to deal with. He puts it in defense mode for some reason, which is a big mistake, I think. Just because if you put it in attack mode, that would be a little bit more difficult to deal with, just because I have no way of making a quick rank 4 C play to get over it. So you see, I go for my medallion, I get the strategist. Even though the strategist isn't live, it doesn't matter because I have Neptibus in hand. So I just normal summon the Neptibus. Since I have Megalo in hand, I just go ahead and add Dragoons off Neptibus after dumping my other Dragoons. And then off of the Dragoons I dumped, I will add the Mulan Glacia. Eventually I will add Diva, but that's not yet. So at that point, then I will I would consider using the Rekt to bait off material, but it didn't really matter because I'd use it anyway. So then I activate the Megalo. I will then pitch the heavy infantry and the Dragoons. Yeah, he said he probably got wrecked. Yeah, that's a swift 2-0. And even then, it's just at that point, it's just I wonder, at that point, with the field I had then, I couldn't have made a game, but eventually I can make a game. So yeah, I get the Diva, and then I remember I need to get the Mizuchi for Megalo. Then I activate the Mizuchi, equipping it to Megalo. And then, of course, I tribute off the Neptibus for Megalo's effect. I get back heavy infantry from graveyard, and so I could then normal summon the Deep Sea Diva. Yeah, it took me a while to realize that I could do that, so I contemplate. So I then get back the heavy infantry after rereading Neptibus. I get the heavy infantry, and then normal summon the Deep Sea Diva. And this is really just me styling, because it's I just wanted to see how deep I could go. I mean, I obviously know that Mermail can establish ridiculous fields thanks to Neptibus. This isn't Mermail at all, this is actually Ice Barrier Atlanteans. But I do have that one splashed Megalo just because it helps with the engine so much and it helps push for damage. And yeah, And yeah, it really just made the deck a lot better. And it makes, even though like the ice barrier aspect of the deck does absolutely nothing, you hardly ever utilize it. I've just put it in there just because I wanted to make it so that my opponent lost to ice barriers, which is, just amazing. But yeah, as you can see, I have the 3 waters in grave. Pops obviously knows this is a game. He knows, and I'm just trying to style at this point. So I go for a level 5 synchro, and I go for the Chimbara. And then, of course, now that I have 5 waters in grave, I'll drop the Glacia. And then it doesn't really matter what I take out of his hand, really, unless he does have like a Veil or something. Even then, it won't matter. I actually hit 2 shadows. Oh, that's amazing. And yeah, at this point, it's just like, I told him just let me see if I could, let me play this turn out just so I could see how deep I could go in, how much damage I could put on board. And I could put a lot of damage on board thanks to having that, that Rekt to get the second material off lead yoke. I mean, if you were to put yoke in attack mode, I would not have been able to deal with it as easily. I would have had to have gone for a rank 4 exceed somehow. But I had no way of doing that. But it doesn't matter, it's irrelevant. But yeah, that's this quick little game between me and Pop. So if you liked, like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you on the next video.